Thank you. Thank you, music gods. Thank you, God. Thank you to whoever helped make this album. Thank you, because today's the day that I am reviewing the newest Flatbush Zombies record, and that record is called Vacation in Hell. And if anything, it doesn't really seem like a hellish record. I'm just kidding. As soon as the record starts, it's one of the nastiest, most disgusting beats. It sounds like it came from the pits of hell since I don't know when. I haven't heard a song that's so dark in probably the last year, maybe a year and a half. It's been quite some time since I've heard something so dark. This album starts off with that beat, and the only kind of group that can incorporate the very poorly used roar. Not many people can do the ho thing, but they can, and it worked perfectly. Try and tell me someone else that used that this year that makes it sound better, because I will obviously tell you you were wrong, but that's my opinion. Anyway, these guys are letting you know from the jump that although they've been gone for 5 years, they haven't lost a single step. They are walking as if yesterday was their album's release date. And they just released their second album the day after. That's how cocky these guys are, and I love it. They know what their stance is in hip-hop, and they're not standing for half the crap that's going on right now. So if they want to pick beef with anybody, please pick beef with Tekashi 6ix9ine. Throw that man out of New York. He's not worth it. He's just not worth it. These guys are worthy of New York rap. These guys are amazing. These guys need it because Pro Era, ASAP Mob, and the Flatbush Zombies, like, they're all grouped up together. They know one another. So the fact that these guys aren't, like, willing to go up to this guy and be like, look, man, you need to stop. You need to stop and get out. Go to California. That's where people be okay with your kind of crazy ass looks. But regardless, this album continues and does amazing things song after song. They even dive into radio safe choruses for albums, but they still maintain the grittiness of their character, which is included on the follow-up song called Chunky. For some reason, I don't know why it's called that, but the chorus on that song is utterly amazing, and it has one of the most melodic choruses I've heard with a person that I am not sure the name of, because it's not featured in the song credits. It's not featured anywhere. I haven't seen the name of this girl, but she harmonizes with Eric very well. So whoever knows this person's name, please, if you know, comment below, because I would love to know. Anyway, this album goes on to show off one of the singles, and one of the singles is called Vacation, and that has Joey Badass on it. So the chorus of it shows that it's still a potential radio record, and it doesn't really show any signs of slowing or bad. It's not poorly written lyrically, and it's not a bad song at all. It incorporates the commonality of, radio safe beat, but the lyrics, oh my goodness, the lyrics, you don't want your mama hearing that. You don't want your mama hearing that. As the songs go on, one of the coolest songs on this record is Headstone. And the song is one of the coolest ways to get you hyped up. Zombie Juice just comes in as the beat crashes through. It has this ethereal, oh man, it's so nice. It's just an ethereal cymbal slap, and it's like, shh, oh, I loved it. And not many people can hype you up within the first 5 seconds of a song, at least in the genre of rap. But these guys definitely did it, and it was off the most basic lyrics, and you have to hear it in order to understand, but just hearing Zombie Juice, just is a victory, gold on my neck, Mr. T. Oh man, the way that the song does it, it's perfect. Now, as the album goes on, it starts off showing itself with one of the most interesting features from them to date, having ASAP 12y, and that song is just Zombie Juice and ASAP 12y going at it. It's amazing. If these guys did a collab album like Watch the Throne, I would definitely listen to it over and over. And the way that 12y approaches this song, I actually got confused and thought he was Schoolboy Q. It's just his aggressiveness and the way that he layered his vocals. It was amazing. Every second of the song, including with Zombie Juice's verses, were just so good. That song is probably going to be one of the most slept on this year. But that is neither here nor there. It's an amazing song. As this album goes on, it shows off its highlights and even some of its major inspirations, with the trill movement being moved up from the South up to New York, much like how A$AP Rocky wanted to and completely did successfully, has Bun B on the song Real Girls. If you played this song in a club down south, everybody would be shaking their ass to it. That's the kind of song that you would be going in the club, you hear it, be like, wow, I didn't expect that to happen. And it did. That's the kind of song that you would play, get to the club, have a girl take your clothes off, get back to the crib, and take your clothes off. That's the kind of song that this is. And it's catchy, it's cool. Much like how Big Crit did in 1999, this is how you make a club song listenable. You make it stomach. It's just so cool, it's good. Now, as the album goes on, one of the coolest songs on here, I know I keep mentioning that songs are cool, but they just are. Ask Courtney, which is a back and forth with Michi Darko and Eric the Architect. I've never seen these guys go back and forth personally, but I am so happy that I found it. I'm so happy that I listened to this song. I'm so happy I listened to this album, because that song is just, it's killer. It is so killer. There are parts in there that you would imagine like, man, this song is like really heavy. And the way that they keep switching up their deliveries is, oh. They go from their own delivery to an Eminem style delivery to a DMX delivery. And that DMX delivery threw me right back into It's Dark and Hell is Hot. I love that record. I love DMX on his early work. And he has a lot of influence in common day hip hop. And it's nice to see that these guys are executing their influence in such an artistic way that keeps you entertained. I love it. And one of the other big songs on this album that really, really had me ready to go to the whole internet and just let everyone know this is what you need to do when you incorporate a band into your song is Crown with Portugal the Man. I am so happy that these guys did something different. They did something like how Eminem or even Bones did. Bones incorporated the lead singer from Manchester Orchestra and did a song with him, and it sounded good. How can you get an indie band, how can you get an indie singer on something? Normally they sound like they're whining, and you get someone like that and it sounds good. Not many people can have the kind of chemistry that these guys have, apparently. So I have to at least thank them for finding the right kind of artist, because not many people can do that. Another one of the lead singles on this album is called You and I, featuring Dia or Dia. I don't know exactly how to say her name. I probably butchered it either way. Regardless, this song is very, very good. I am shocked that it didn't get any kind of radio play, because it's a very safe song. It's not safe for your mama, but it's safe to be put on the radio. So there's that. But another one of the songs on here that blew me away was the song that was teased at with the Flex freestyle that the three of them did. It was just them rapping and Zombie Juice and Eric the Architect chiming in every other few words so Michi could catch with his breath. The song is called Facts, and that is the New York anthem. Try and tell me I'm lying. I'm not even from New York, and all the memes that come from it, there's so many people that say facts. Even from here in Maryland, there are people that say facts. But regardless, that song is so cool. Honestly, I think Michi shines a little bit harder than Jada Kiss does, but I think that's just because of the amount of time that he has on the song compared to Kiss. Anyway, the album keeps going, and one of the songs that I loved on here is just a solo song with Michi Darko, as he's talking about his experience with finding and witnessing A$AP Yam's passing away. Not many people can talk about someone passing, or at least holding their hand as they die cold in their hands, and realizing what had happened. He could have done something if he were sober at the time, and he says himself he has not gotten high since he's died. So if that's the kind of thing that turns you around, witnessing someone's death and being there and not being able to do anything about it, then go right ahead, do your thing. But not many people know the struggles and the pains of seeing someone take their last breath in front of you. I've seen that happen before, and it's not really a humbling feeling. It's very harrowing and very sad. It gives you a little bit of humility, because with the time that you've experienced with that person, you get to see that whether or not that experience that you've witnessed them die either builds you up or tears you down. And in this case, it has built Michi up, because he wants to make Yams proud. He wants to prosper. He wants to always strive and prosper. The last song on this album is Glory, featuring Denzel Curry. And I have not seen Denzel Curry talk on an album like this before in the matter that he has, and I personally enjoyed every second of it because it's a vulnerable song for everybody to talk about. And even Zombie Juice talks about how his mom didn't make it to 30 on this album, which is, it's sad because you don't imagine not having your parents die later in life. When your parents are 30, normally that's you being with them for a few years, if not just coming out. So it's harrowing to hear that something like that happened and you're trying to carry your name and carry the essence of your parents. All in all, this album has definitely shown that the Flatbush Zombies have risen from the dead, and they're not going anywhere anytime soon. And if they end up making this their last album, and this is a send-off, then I'll be happy. I'll definitely be happy, but I don't want to see these guys go away. I'm very happy with this album, and I hope they keep making the music and making the fans happy. So with that being said, my name is Ethan, otherwise known as Two-Face. This is episode 18 of Claws. 18. Thursday is 19 with Famous Dex, and then Friday is the 20th episode special with Prop's Pookie Baby album. I can't wait. I cannot wait until that comes out. So, I will see everybody on Thursday, and check the links in the description for the album and the playlist of the songs on the album. So, until Thursday, peace.